Guys, I've literally just got home. Can you hear my boys at the door? Here we go, I'll open the door, you see. Oh, hello Snoopy. And there's my little Sooty. Come on, let's get you up the garden then. I've been out, so they want to go out as well. Come on in, hang on. I've got to turn that radio off first, guys. I keep talking so you can't hear the music. Here we go, hang on. Okay, got it. Hang on, hang on. Here we go. Hang on. Oh, it's still come on, hang on. Try that again, that's off. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, go, go, go. Right, boys are out. Let me just check that gate. Right, I just nipped out, guys, so I've only just come back in. Let me stand the selfie stick up. I'm going to have some apple pies, but I think it's 8:30. So if I do my sandwiches for tomorrow and do my apple pies for now, I think that will work. I've still got to do some washing, which is there. I did turn the hot water on before I went out. So if I run that off now, run off the cold, I'll fill the bowl up and let that soak, do my sandwiches, have my apple pies, then I'll come out and do a wash up. So I had to nip out. I've got something booked up. Whoops. Let me just put the stand up. There you go. Right, got my stand up. I just twist the camera. The boys will be in fairly quickly. I've still got my boots on. Literally just walked in the front door. How's that? Perfect. I'll put the camera over here, away from the door, because the dogs are going to burst in a minute. There you go. That's perfect. Right. Good day at work. Got home reasonably well. Traffic wasn't too bad. The sun was an absolute pain. When I went to work this morning, it was cloudy to start with, but the sun came out at the end. It came out when I was on the A14, so it actually came out behind me. So that was lovely. So I didn't get it inside the face like I usually do. Coming back from Cambridge today, it was the opposite. The sun was, whichever way you went, the sun visor was never in the right place. You were twisting it to the side, then in front of you, putting your hand up. It was horrible. Right, that's it. I'll just run off the cold. So, yeah, not good. Just the sun was just in my eyes all the way home, so it was a real pain. But other than that, it was a good trip home. Right, there we go. Right, oh. Put that in there. Get this filled up so these can soak. I'll do my sandwiches, do my apple pies. We can sit in the front room, we can have a chat. That goes there, that goes there. I haven't had a cup of tea today. Because I've got so much milk, I thought I'm going to have coffees, milky coffees. So that's what I had when I came home. I had a coffee this morning. Okay, good boy. I had a coffee this morning with my breakfast, and then when I came home, I had a coffee with my Mars bar. Hiya. I let the boys out of the kennel, fed them first, put my dinner on. I had a ready meal, guys, because it made it so much quicker. I could get out quicker. So I did that, put the boys in the back, got myself changed, I've nipped out, got back. I had a message from my eldest sister, and she said she's going round to my parents on Sunday. She's going to get some sandwiches and she's going to go up there. Do I want to join them? So I said, yes, definitely. I'm not going to go and see Peter. I've said this all along. I'm not going to see Peter this weekend. I'm going to go and see my mum and dad for a change. So I'm going to start alternating it now. So 1 week, come on in, sir. Good boy. So 1 week I'm going to do Peter, and then the following week I'm going to do my parents. I'm going to just keep alternating it like that. So it'll be 2 weeks between visits between both of them, and I think that's fair. Right, would you like a biscuit? The boys have been so good, they do deserve a biscuit. What I'll do is I'll give them their little treats. And these are the treats I've got for them. They're not actually, this is an aloe vera tub, but I've put them in there, look. So I buy a bag of them, and there's 2 different types in there, and I put them in there, give them a shake, and then give the boys some treats. So let me just come in here then. If I put them in here, you'll see the boys. Right, come sit down. You sit down, sit. Good boy. Stay. Yes, good boys. Right, the boys got their treats. Right, that's done. So that's soaking. I'll let that soak. We'll do my sandwiches next. If I move the camera over, let me just turn the other light on. It makes it a bit lighter in here. I should have enough bread out, because I did get a loaf out the other day. I'll use that one. And the boys had sausages tonight. Because I had sausages, chips and beans last night, I saved 3 of the sausages for the boys. So they've had those tonight with their dinner. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They do love their sausages. Right, sandwich time. So it was a good day at work. It was nice and busy. The sun did come out and it was a nice warm day after all that. But it was a bit of a cold start. I left here this morning in my van. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was 8 degrees. And I thought, oh, that's warm. And it's about the same as it was the day before. That was about the same. But by the time I got to Cambridge, it gone really misty. The fields either side of the A14 were just like fog. And it was falling down the banks into the road. And there was one section I went past where there was a load of pylons. And you couldn't see the bottom of the pylons because they were in the fog, but you could see the tops because it was blue sky, but foggy. And so you could see the pylons above the fog and the cables, but you couldn't see the bottoms of them. It was really strange. Would have made a really good picture. Right, so I've got ham for tomorrow, which is baked ham. So I'll have that one, I'll need the jam, need the butter, and I'll get my custard out, and I'm going to have my apple pies after this. That should do, I think, at the moment. I've got about 1.5 bottles of milk left, and I'm going to get 2 more bottles tomorrow, so I've got to try and get through some of that milk, guys. As I said yesterday, if you want to pop round for a cup of coffee, a milky coffee, let me know, because I've got loads of milk to get rid of. Right, let me get a knife. I've still got my shoes on, I haven't taken my shoes off yet. I've literally just walked in the front door. Right, what I did this evening is I went to see a young lady called Victoria. Now, Victoria runs a little beauty parlour fairly close to Lavenham, and I messaged her during the week to see whether she could help me on something I wanted to have done. And I haven't told Skippy what I was going to do. I've been thinking about this for a long time. And so I thought, well, I'll wait till Skippy goes away to Australia, and then I'll have it done, and then I'll see if Skippy notices when she comes back. But the thing is, if she watches my videos, which she does, she'll know what to expect, guys. So I won't get away with it. So I went and had some lip filler done. And I wanted to have more defined lips. I don't want huge lips like a big trout pout. I wanted nice, normal looking lips, but I wanted them more defined. And so that's where I've been tonight. And I went to it's a beauty parlour called Bibby, and it's in a village called Newton. It was on the Assington Road. And I went there to see the young lady called Victoria, and she explained the procedure, and we did it. And I got myself all dressed up, but it is cold. I'm pleased I put my cardi on, especially when we came out, when we'd finished. It was cold, and she walked me to my car because it's so dark. You have to walk through her yard, and every now and again she was going to try and turn the lights on. And I was getting to the point, I was going, do you want me to get my torch, get my camera out and I'll turn the light on? She said, no, it's all right. She kept going like this to get the lights to come on. But we got there. We got back to my car. It was fantastic. So what she did is she explained the procedure, asked what I was after, what my aim was, and I explained what I'd like to do. I said I wanted more definition to the lips. I said I don't want huge lips, I just want a more defined lip, because I'd like to get my lips tattooed, and that's what I'm working towards. And so she said, okay. She said, well, what we need to do is get the lips the shape you want first before you do the tattooing. She said, so you can then pick up the shape. So that's what we've done tonight. So we've done the first lip filler I've ever had, and it was really quite painless, guys. It wasn't painful at all. She said to me, oh, you might feel some pain, this, that, and I thought, no, I don't usually. But we did it, we went for it. So what she does to start with, after the talk, and I had a cup of tea and we just chatted, she then put this numbing cream on, and she put it on really thick. And I actually got my camera out to have a look, and it looked ridiculous. I had a huge ring of white cream right around my face, or around my lips. But it really made them numb, and they kind of felt puffed up. And I said to her, oh, they feel really kind of puffy. She said, oh, I'm pleased you said that. She said, well, that's what they're going to feel like once the numbing cream's worn off. She said, that's how they're going to feel. They're going to feel puffy. So she did that. We carried on chatting for probably about 10 minutes. And then she said, right, that numbing cream should have done the trick there. So I went and lay down on her table, and she wiped all the cream off. Then she marked the Cupid bow and some other marks around the mouth where she wanted to do her injections. And she started on the top up here on the Cupid bow, and then she worked down either side and then did the bottom one. And it feels great. It really does feel good. And then she passed me the mirror at the end so I could have a look. And I went, oh, wow. I can't put any lipstick on. She said, don't put any lipstick or makeup on for a couple of days. She said, avoid hot, strenuous exercises. And she also said, because I told her I have laser treatment. She said, you mustn't have any laser treatment for at least a couple of weeks. I'm going, oh no, I'm booked in for Saturday to have some laser treatment. So I'm going to phone them up tomorrow and see if I can move that away for a couple of weeks so that it's healed up enough for them to do what they have to do. When she said, you might not achieve your look on the first round of injection. She said, you might, after about 4 weeks, when it's all settled down, you can see what they look like. She said, mind, don't knock, Snoop's knocking the camera. She said, you might find that once the swelling's gone down, they've dropped down, you might find that they're not pronounced enough. She said, so we might have to do a second layer to get it to where you want it. She said, but you'll have to let me know. She said, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how it pans out, but it feels great. The kind of numbing cream has sort of worn off now. And yeah, I might dribble a bit, I don't know. I said, will I be able to drink without dribbling? She said, I don't know, you tell me. So I'll find out in a minute. So that's where I've been. So I've been and had my lips done. First time I've ever had my lips done. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm not going to touch them. She said, don't touch them, otherwise you might get an infection. So I'm going to be very careful and not touch them, guys. So that's where we've been tonight. So let me get the sandwiches done, then I can do my apple pies. That ends, trying to find the open here sticker. There's good boys. So I had a phone call from my eldest sister anyway, as I said, so I'm going to go and see my mum and dad on Sunday. My eldest sister's going to be there as well. My younger sister, she's messaged me as well. She obviously knows that Skippy's away in Australia, because I did phone her up about getting some currency, wanted some foreign currency, because my younger sister works as a travel agent and they've got an exchange. So I phoned her up to find out where we could get some money sorted, and she told me where to go, but she said if we can't sort it out ourselves, she said let her know and she can sort it out for me. So as it was, Skippy got it sorted out. She went to the post office and sorted it out down the post office, so that was good. Oh, try not to rip my polythene, I just ripped it. There we go. Right. Okay, I'll do what I usually do with this. This is my ham with the, can you see the ham? Oh, there it is. And I cut it this way, right through the middle, and then I put it in the sandwich 2 halves. But the straight cut goes to the edge of the sandwich, so it gives it a nice sharp finish. And the fat on the end, I always give to my boys. That's why they're stood there, because they know what I'm going to be doing. Oh. Right, there we go. That's the first one. So I'll peel that off. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I've cut them in half, and then I'm going to peel off the fat and then stick the straight half on the edge of the sandwich, like that. And then I'll peel off the fat while it's stuck there. And Snoop's got the first bit, and Sooty will get the second bit. Actually, Sooty, you're going to get the bigger bit. It's just the way it's worked. That's it. And there you go, Soot. Oh, you didn't quite catch that one. Right, next one. I'm going to do 3 halves in each sandwich. That way it fills the middle gap up as well. So, right. This one's going to be yours, Snoop. Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry, Snoop, I dropped that one on the floor. That was my fault. And this one. This one's yours, Sooty. Where's that Soot? There you go, Soot. Sooty caught it this time, that's good. Right, now we're going to do the last two halves, which are going to be in the middle of the sandwich. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Is that any better? Yes, you can just see the sandwich. This one goes in the middle. I'll peel off that fat again. There you go, Snoopers. And last one, Sooty gets. Like so. So that would be my sandwiches made. There you go, Soot. That's the sandwiches made for tonight. I'm going to have Branston because I had a salad cream today, so I need Branston, which is, oh, there it is. So I've got my Branston. There you go. I love my Branston pickle. There you go. I need a spare one there. This was the spare one, so I need to buy another one. And this is the little, not the big chunks, this is the finer chunks, the small chunks. And they spread a bit easier. Right, there you go. Okay. Oh dear, guys. That's that one. And that one. I don't usually buy the small chunks, I usually buy the big ones, but I saw these and I thought I'll give them a go. I'll let you guys know tomorrow how I get on with it, but it looks nice. It's spread a lot easier. And I haven't got a sandwich bag, so I'm going to have to wrap these in some cling film. Right, that's that done. That's 1, 2. Right, that's the sandwiches sorted. My piece, Snoopers. That goes in there, like so. Right, those two can go away. That one. Right, let me do the cling film bit first, guys, because I'm going to have to wrap up a couple of those little muffins and my sandwiches. So I'll get that out. Need a spoon for my yoghurt tomorrow. So I need my tuck box out. So I'm trying to get things sorted. I was in such a rush when I got home from work today to get out that I didn't get hardly anything done. I got the boys fed, I had my meal myself, and then got changed and went straight out the front door. So it's been all very rushed, but I'm pleased I got it done. Right, that can go up there. Right, this has got to go in the wash. And sandwiches next. Good boy, Snoopers. There we go. 1. There you go. Right. I did ask you guys the other day about subjects you'd like to talk about, and you came up with some really good ideas. Myself, please, Snoop. There's some on there about what do you watch on telly. Well, I don't watch mainstream telly. I do not watch BBC or ITV. I watch Freeview, and I usually watch Quest, something like Quest. I like documentary style programs, things like Wheeler Dealers, or what's the other ones I'm thinking of? The Yorkshire auction houses, things like that. Restoration type programs. Skippy's very much the same. She'll watch something along those lines. I will watch Film 4 if I want to watch a movie. I do tend to go and see what's on the movie channel, and I'll record it rather than watch it. I'll just record it, and then that will be on my Freeview box, so that if I find in an evening there's nothing to watch on the telly, I can go to my film channel, pick one out that I haven't watched, and sit and watch it. And that's what I tend to do. But I do not sit and watch the mainstream telly. I don't watch things like Come Dancing or cooking programs, anything like that, guys. I tend to just watch the Freeview channels. I haven't got a TV licence. That came up for renewal, and my son had said to me, why are you, because I did buy a TV licence, my son said to me, what do you watch on telly? And I said what I watched. And he said, well, you don't need a TV licence then. He said, you only need a TV licence if you're watching BBC. And I said, well, I don't watch BBC. I haven't watched the news for years. I just don't watch it. If I hear any news, it's on the radio going to work in the van. But I don't sit and watch the news. I haven't watched it for years. I find it really a real downer, because it's all wars and people getting stabbed and horrible things like that. And it's a real downer. It really gets you down. So I thought, I'm not going to watch it. I just don't watch it. So I haven't watched mainstream TV for years, and I haven't got a TV licence. So the first time I've never had a TV licence. I've always had one in the past, but when my son said to me that you don't need one, I didn't realise that, and then I read up on it, and he was right. You don't, and so you have to do like a declaration that you're not watching any BBC channels, and send it off, and that's it. So unless they come knocking on the door and want to see what, I don't know how they work out what you're watching, but I don't watch TV channels. I just watch Freeview channels. I love movies. What's my favourite movie? Oh my goodness, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Oh gosh. I like soppy ones. I do like soppy movies. I like musicals. I love musicals. Things like The Greatest Showman and things like that. I think they're great. Really, really good. I don't tend to watch whodunit type things. I don't tend to watch horrible war, blood and guts type films. They do occasionally come on, and I'll find myself sat there watching them, but I don't intentionally sit there and watch them. I'd much rather watch a film with a musical attachment to it. Things I like music wise, well, I was born in the 60s, guys, so 60s, 70s, 80s, that's my kind of era, when I was out and about as a youngster and going to parties and discos. I'm a terrible dancer, guys. I'm an awful dancer. Daddy dancing, that would be me. I'm an awful dancer. But saying that, myself and Skippy went to a party for my auntie a few months ago now, probably 4 months ago now, and she had a disco going, and myself and Skippy got up and danced to that, and that was the first time I've danced with somebody for years, absolutely years, guys. I was the sort of person who'd stand at the bar with a pint of beer, swaying like this, but I wouldn't move away from the bar. But yeah, so I love 60s, 70s, 80s. That's my kind of music. I love that sort of music. Maybe into the 90s, but that's about it. I don't like the modern stuff. I like things you can sing along to. That's why I love things like Christmas time, and you get all these Christmas songs come on and you can sing along to them. I love Christmas. Absolutely adore it. Right, I'll just put my mini muffins in my tut box, and then I can do my apple pies, guys. Right, just need two of these. 1, 2. Here. Goes there, and I'll try and get them out, guys. There you go. That goes there. Oops. Lovely. Right, that's done. I can pop this back in the drawer. If I can just move that back. I need a spoon for my apple pies anyway, so that's a good excuse to come up to this end. Right, so the tut box is done as far as I'm going to go at the moment. So I've got my sandwiches, my little muffins in there. I've got a spoon for my yoghurt, which will go in there tomorrow, and there'll be an apple in my juice to do tomorrow. So that's all I've got to do at the moment on the tut box side. We're going to do the apple pies next. So we come back up here. Sooty's down here, look behind me. Snoop's in front of me down by the foot of the camera. So that's got to be washed up. That's that. And apple pies, which are down here. Oh, I was getting Skippy involved in the apple pies last week because I wanted to get rid of the ice cream I've got in the freezer. So Skippy was having apple pies and ice cream, and once the ice cream ran out, I got Skippy onto custard and apple pies. But she'd only have one apple pie, she didn't want two. And yeah, I think I might have got her hooked on them, I'm not sure yet. We'll find out when she comes back. So I've only had to buy enough apple pies for myself this week. And so the same goes for the apples. I always buy apples for my week at work. And I'll just move the camera so you can see where the boys are going to have their apple pie crust. Sooty and Snoop are ready, look. They're poised. Right, here you go then, guys. Okay, back up a bit more. Right, okay, sit yourself down, guys. Sit. Good boy, stay. Yes. Right, the boys have got their apple pies. Here we go. I can put this in the recycle. Right, that's all done. And I'm going to nuke these. I do these for 1.5 minutes in the microwave. And I find that's lovely. Beautiful. Right, that's on. Right. Can I come past you please, guys? Thank you. Beautiful. Right, we're done. Right, and once these are done, I'm going to go and sit in the front room. I'm going to load this video on for you guys. It is 26, coming up to 27 minutes long at the moment. Then I'm going to go sit in the front room, have my apple pies, then I'm going to come out and do the wash up. Then put the boys to bed. Time now is coming up towards 9. It's about 8 minutes to 9. So the evening has absolutely flown. Absolutely flown. But it's been really good. Really good. I've had a lovely time. We're getting there. About 20 seconds to go, guys. What do you think to the top? I haven't shown you. I've got that top I had the other day. Oh, it is a bit fresh, hence I put the cardi on. And I've been walking around like this today because it is a bit fresh. I haven't put the heating on. So yeah, I might do, I don't know. It's a bit late in the evening now to put the heating on. They did have the heating on in the beauty parlour, that was really nice. Right, that's all done now. Right, turn it off. So I'm going to take this through to the front room, put this video on for you guys, and then I shall do another video for you after I've finished my apple pies and we get the boys to bed. So I'm going to sign out now, put this one for you guys, and we can have a chat later. Okay, bye-bye.